When I was in Sydney, I went to visit Olympic Park and I was captured by this statue of Cyrus, the king of Persia. Under the statue is the inscription that goes like this: Cyrus, the great king of Persia, founder of the Persian Empire in 550 BCE, creator of the first and largest multicultural society in human history, liberated Jews and others from captivity in Babylon, granted religious and cultural freedom to all people, issued the first declaration of human rights in 538 BCE, established the first federal system based on the autonomy of all states. After reading this, I was like, wow, what a man! Was he for real? The inscription certainly shows that Cyrus was a very prominent figure, one of the greatest leaders in the ancient Near East. But he was much more than that. In the first reading today from the second book of Chronicles, we hear Cyrus was called and chosen by God, was chosen by God to be his instrument to liberate the Jews from their exile in Babylon and allow them to go back to Judea to build their city and temple. In the book of Isaiah, Cyrus was even called the Lord's anointed, or Messiah. Actually, he was the only pagan in the entire book of Isaiah so-called God's Messiah. Now to us, this might mean nothing, but to the people of Israelites who hoped for Messiah coming from the line of David, a Jewish origin, it must have come as a massive surprise and even a shock. A pagan ruler became God's Messiah. He was a pagan ruler who probably didn't know and worship the one true God, but he became God's instrument by which God's plan was carried out. The story of Cyrus today, I think, can reflect the story of how God works in our human history. Whether we like to accept or not, God can choose anyone to be his instrument. God can choose any one of us to bring people back to him. God can use any one of us to show to the earth the face of his faithfulness, care, and love. For us, through our baptism, we are so-called chosen people, the people of God. I believe that we are chosen not for special privileges, power, or glory, but we are chosen to be God's instrument, making God's face being known to the world. The question for all of us is, what does it mean for us to be God's instrument in our everyday life?